Like I kind of knew what they were, but like not really. Nor did I know how to like properly, utilize said tilts. Excuse me. I just wish they wouldn't have did my boy the third Raikage like this. No, I like using him. He's a good character. It's just I don't like that they made him a dash cut, or what they did with dash cuts in Storm 4 made him like invincible. At least like in Storm 3 and shit, they had dash cuts, but like they what you call it? It was like a team gauge. Like it was like using a support. If your support guy hit, or whatever, that bitch would the thing would break. Yeah, you remember that, right? The bitches would die and bring your ass back in. Let's rock and roll. And the supports come back, but it's like I don't know. You play Overwatch a lot, right? Because I was gonna say it'd be like equivalent of like allowing your shield to break with like Reinhardt or Brig, because like you get punished with the cooldown when your shield breaks. So it was kind of like that's essentially what they would do. If like your guard break or if your dash cuts got hit too many times, they would break, and you had to wait longer, way longer back then. Like if you just used support. I don't know why they ever took that mechanic away. It was such a great mechanic. But can you believe compared to all the matches we've had, can you believe I used to be completely against countering back in like the days of Revolution, only because of how the counter was? I never countered. If you countered me in a match, I would have the hate mail. Boy, the counter was such bullshit back then. It's a button lock. Like you just button lock somebody for 14 seconds, they can't do nothing to you. Like in what way, shape, or form is that like minutely fair? Now countering now is like it just knocks somebody on the ground. That I don't mind. I'll sit here and counter the shit out you all day until I got no bar left. I've done it. You couldn't even do a jutsu because I counted so many times. I was just like, damn. I'm like so hurt. But the person I was fighting though, they were being so fucking hyper aggressive though, with the fucking Neji and the fucking Lee and shit. I was just like, I had to counter them. They was just too aggressive, like dash and mash, all that. Like it was fucking ridiculous. I'm aggressive. I don't know if you can tell. I'm definitely aggressive, but like, goddamn. This nigga was not letting you breathe, calculate, nothing. God damn it. Fell into his trap. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's something I've been working on. My defense is lacking. It is. what it is because most of the time in my experience, my attempts to try to evade danger were ill-timed, and I got punished for doing so. So like I kind of got into this. I'm just gonna stand here and find an opening kind of thing. Yeah, because I've seen people even, and actually I think it's like I'm low key was hearing somebody talk about it like it's some kind of like tech that like I guess top players I guess low key figured out, but you can kind of walk out of a like ninja move out of a combo when somebody's like beating on you. Because I've seen people do it like occasionally, like but some of these motherfuckers they'll just kind of like sidestep right out your combo while you've already been hitting. Yeah, yeah. Some it's, I don't. I'm not a runner. I never. And then that's another thing too. I was telling my home, I'm like low key. I've been thinking about working on my tracksuit. Because I really don't be like. I guess even if you want to call it a strategic retreat instead of even calling it running, you know what I'm saying? I don't retreat. Even when I should, because I know a lot of, and I got a homie that like I stopped playing with him. Well, one because like he mostly would dash and mash a lot, which is like the Xbox style. That's just, I guess how you good over there is dashing and mashing. You can be quicker at it. Like that determines so much over there, I guess. But between that and every time he would get no subs, he would just keep running and blocking, running and blocking, running and blocking. It's just like Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like it was annoying fighting him. And so I was just like, bruh. Which don't get me wrong, evade danger and whatnot, like when you ain't got no subs and shit, but just to flat out like the way some of these people do it, they just completely flat out run away the whole time, no offense at all. They just completely back dashing, side and jumping, switch all this shit just to until they get their subs back, and then they go back to being aggressive as soon as they got subs again. It's just like. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna chase you around this map. Like, I didn't come here to do that. Yeah, just countering and run. As soon as you go up there, you get close enough to him. Boom, counter, running. Damn, it's like, oh my motherfucking. And to make it worse, some of these people have made it such a play style that they pick teams to support the play style. So they get like a Tayuya and fucking, Udakatas and shit like that like keep you back, keep you away from them in pain and shit. Like as soon as you do manage to get close enough to them, even if they can't block in time, their supports are gonna stop you from hitting them. It's just like Jesus God fucking Christ. Like I can't. Bro, I'm gonna have to do some soul searching about that. It's like it because like don't get me wrong, a lot of my perspective of the game has changed over the course of years. Because like I used to trust me, I used to be against so much shit, infinites, fucking stunning, like it was so much. Like I'm still against some shit, and some shit is just like, come on, bro. Like you remember the old shuriken glitch that people used to do where the fucking characters are like in the outside, like shit, like dumb shit like that. That's stupid. Like stop. But like some of these, stuns and shit that people do, I don't mind them at all. To me, I'm like, but I used to completely be against all of it. I guess I was a purist. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, no, all of this shit is wrong. Play legit. Fuck all that cheating shit. Now here I am doing shit. And that's the thing too. I'm also limiting myself because of the way some people play with certain characters, like Tayuya, Datara, etc. Just so many various other characters. I refuse to play with them because I'm like, these characters just in my eyes have been tainted. I guess you know what I'm saying. Like they made these characters just low key. I guess for lack of a better way to put it, it's like they made these characters evil to me. Like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay, Hashiram Shuriken Jutsu. I use that with Sage Mode Hashiram. I absolutely will. See, and that's what I'm saying. It's like on one end I'm with some broke shit, but then on the other end, like I ain't with some of that broke shit. So it's like it's a bend and a sway.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even against people going awakening, but I notice I don't ever really go awakening just because so many people hate when you go awakening. It's just like it's a fucking game mechanic. And not for nothing, but I've been beaten in my whole almost 10 years of playing Naruto. And I'm not even exaggerating. I've been beaten less than 20 times by somebody in awakening. And I've lost a lot of fucking matches, but I've probably been beat less than 20 times by an awakening. I generally almost always survive the awakening. Almost always. The only awakenings that's really hard to survive for me is like, six past Madara, obviously. Because this nigga's got like fucking 15 people on the battlefield helping him. That's like super fucking difficult. It interrupts a lot of things you're gonna do with those motherfucking clones zipping in and out and then him hitting you and shit. It's rough. But I've survived it a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But aside from that, most awakenings, like fuck that, you know. I did not actually. I've been meaning to. Yeah, actually, I think one of my buddies was in. If that's the tournament my boy Shaden was in, I think he was in there, and I heard that the cap that like because all right, and that's one of the things like me and the homie said we want to get stronger because our homie that lost to the tournament, like he got two stop, you know what I'm saying, in his match. And we fight with a homie, you know what I'm saying? And I think he's decently strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all go back and forth, and actually he beats me more times than I beat him. And it's always like been like that since I met him back in Xbox, so like he's always been a strong player. But if he's out here fighting other people that like is out here doing shit like that doesn't show us like it's just how much further we still have to go. And even as far as we've come from what we, once were, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, there's still that far of a fucking gap. It's crazy to fucking think about. Cause like when the homie's playing, like he's a fucking monster, and if he just out here and got like, unless it was just like maybe a bad game for him, you know what I'm saying, whatever, that do happen sometimes. But like, and also too, I'm low key thinking about it in hindsight. Pressure be a lot on people sometimes, you know what I'm saying, especially like a tournament or something like that. I think the pressure might have been a little bit much for my dog. Shit, it might have been a bit much for me. Because, I mean, I do well under pressure sometimes, but at the same time, being a human being, sometimes under pressure you choke, unfortunately. I don't feel like going nowhere today, but promised my mother I'd come over and visit. I do need to go over and see her, but damn it. See, this is those kind of moments where I wished just a little bit that we could, like, you know, have various abilities of various characters from animes. Like right now, I wish I could have like the ability to create shadow clones. That would be like super awesome. Because I'd legitimately sit my laser ass right here and play video games and send my clones to work and to run errands and pick up weed and shit for me and all that. Life would be so much easier. Hell, I might even have them clean my room and shit.
Alright. I'll be seeing you guys later.
Alright, Mr. Looking my band. Take it easy. You still alive over there, buddy?